We have now moved on to our ninth team from Cambodia, from the director Vijay Prumjan and producer Munita Chan. Please put your hands together for The River Curse.
Hello, everyone. Hello again. My name is Munita. I am the producer for the project The River Curse.
Hi, I'm Richard. I'm the director of this film.
Yes, for me and Richard, we have been know each other a long time since we work in the same company called Kongchak Picture, the one production company in Cambodia. During that time that I work with him as the AD, production manager, and producer, I find the way that I working as his AD. I try and understand for him a lot. Who is him guy? How he directing style? And on that, we become like, oh, understand together and can work together as clearly and come up the producer on this time too. So, sorry. So, this picture is my picture and Richard during the time that we go to work at the Mekong River. And that day is the time that we come up with this idea for this film. So when I come to the Mekong, I has been go with Richard and we see like how the people at there live, how them traditional, how them culture, and all of that like come to my mind like, oh, what is this, and how that I can show the picture that I deeply like have emotional with to see that situation to another people. When we back to the Phnom Penh, me and him have discussed together, oh, we can make one film maybe, so everyone can understand like how I see and I want to show. And the Mekong is more than the topic that we have to show only the beauty at there, but we have a topic that you need to care and love about the something about the at there to the human need to understand. So let me just tell you more.
So, during my 4-year experience as a director, I have had the opportunity to make a few documentary related to the environmental conservation in Cambodia, which is along the Mekong River. And most of the time that I went on shoot, I always stay in the village for several nights with them. So I had time to ask the local about how they live, and I went to explore the way they fishing. Especially, I know about the river and the land that has changed over time. So I think that's the memory and that's moment that I cherish and I really value their culture. At there, I can tell that the fish is disappearing because of the threats such as dam development, climate change, and overfishing, which they estimate said that around 2 million people has affected by it. So interestingly, most of the people living along the river, they has always believed in the myth that there's a type of ghost in the water and usually attack the fishermen and drown them into the river. That is when that I realized that it's quite an interesting opportunity for me to make a film that talk about environmental issue through a fisherman livelihood and make it with a horror element in order for audience to enter this topic. So next. So the story. The story is about a fisherman family who live on a small river island. The father, he struggled to fish and he doesn't want his children to follow his footsteps. That's why he is forced to work for another job far away from home. But then both of his children doesn't want to be separated. They try to help out by fishing at another river where there's a rumor of a trap. So the trap comes from another character named Vun. She's a neighbor, and she believes that her dead husband is still remain in the water and cannot be reincarnated unless someone else die in his place. So that's why she loves both of them and cost one of them their life. So in the story, I want to highlight that the development that neglect the thinking about the environmental issue and the tradition of the community can cost them their life. And also the horror element in the film is a metaphor of the conservation area itself, that it needs to be preserved and should not be overlooked.
Okay, so here is the location that we're going to shoot that film. It's at the Stang Trang province in the Cambodia conservation area. So this is the impact that we have go to scout and blocking already. So maybe you have the question why I put the swimming pool in here. Because all way that I talk about my film, people always asking me how you want to figure out for your scene under the water. So here's my plan. I want to shooting at the swimming pool in the swimming pool that you see the color of the swimming and the color of the river is quite the same. So I think like the post production may be like easy and I think like we can did it because we did it already. And with all of that, I have the experience with videographer that he can capture the moment under the water quite nice. And let's see about my film next. Okay, so the next is about the budget. So my budget for my film is 19K. That include with everything and include with concession fee already. So currently, me and Richard we got a secure around 54% already from the brand that we know as we are working with them, like the production company, some of the organization that they always support and sponsor for the content related to the environment. And the last remain 46% more is the reason why I stand here today with all of you. So I want to say like, Purin is one of the most important part that can make my film come to the screen soon. So thank you in advance. Yep. So for my timeline, I thinking like we want to shooting this project around the mic as we know like the water during that time it clear night and you also can capture the moment that we want to show to the audience that we want our vision and director too. So here is some of the picture that I have been go to there and working at there about the project Mekong. So you can confident that I can make it because I make it already one time. Okay, the last but not least, for me as the producer, I believe that my director Richard he can capture the moment of an environment that can connect well with the human at there. Yep, thank you for believe on our vision.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now it is time for the Q&A session from our jury members.
You're a good seller. Applause for
Thank
you
you.
both. Congratulations. May I know what is the scariest scene do you think you will pull out of this film?
So in the film, the scary scene is when both of the children go on their journey to fish at the remote island. So the horror element that we want to make, it's not kind of jump scare, but it's more like a slow burn suspense that it's like something is off there, and it make the audience follow their journey to see what's under the water. Yeah.
Hi, thanks so much.
Yes.
For sharing the story. I know that, I mean, the stories about Mekong River, I think we see it a lot, whether in documentaries or fiction film, and I think I understand that with your story, you aim to use the horror element to kind of like emphasize this issue. But I know you also talked about, like you want to use that as like a metaphor for like conservation, but maybe can you kind of share more about it, kind of using that horror element to kind of like let audiences think about, really understand, about this conservation that maybe, we've haven't really seen before in like a lot of these documentaries or films that we've already encountered about the Mekong River.
I think the metaphor it's for the conservation, but another layer is that in my belief, the ghost is that can refer to the belief or the local there. So I think that the three pillars that I always has in mind, human, nature, and belief, all of three need to be together and in balance to be in harmony in order for us to live. So if one of the pillar is broken, it might affect us human in the long run. Yes.
Congratulations for the script. I really like the ending when you explore about the dam gate opening crack. That's very, really clever to end that story. Actually, I really like that. Just one comment from your previous work. I think you have a very good production team. Everything is technique is so superb, but I think the acting might be a bit weak. So I might concern about that as well because this movie, the acting is so important, especially the kid. the two children. So I don't know, have you experienced to work with them before or something?
Yes, for me, I has been joined with some short film too to work with the kid already that how to work with them, and Richard also have some experience during we work as the commercial. But for the casting, I'm also go to casting already on that area and learn about them, how them daily life, and both of them it's so real because the people are there, so they can understand and can relate to something that I want to see like that, and hope that you can see like the same on me. Yeah.
I can add about the acting. So the cast that we already locked is the children at that real location. And interestingly, the grandma, she is really eager, both of them, to act in the film. And when we rehearse, she is the one who translates our intention to the kid. So I think during the set, she will be with us. Yeah, and yeah, we can
And
make.
she is the one that encouraged the child to share about that to us. Like before, when I go, like this, the child is a bit like shy for us, but after we talk a while and explain what the something that we do, that grandma is surprised, and she made the child like close to me. Like now I can talk well, and like I asked the AD before, so I can neck on that too. Just.
All right, thank you very much. Can we have a big
you.
round of applause for the River Curse?